Coming up, we're going to be talking about our October 2017 trip report to Walt Disney World.
But let's be real. Mainly, we're going to be talking about the food.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
And like we said, we're going to be talking about our Disney World trip this past October for 2017.
It's still October.
It's still October, but it was a very short trip for us and a very, kind of like a taste of Disney World, but not enough.
It was an appetizer.
It was an appetizer. Oh, I like what you did there.
I always like food.
So a lot of this is going to revolve around food. I think we're going to try to say the other things that we did on this trip too. But we honestly went down there for a conference for me. We'll give him a shout out. Lou Mangello went down to his Momentum Workshop for Entrepreneurs. So you should check him out at WDW Radio. We went down there for me mainly, but we found an excuse to get in to Epcot and Disney Springs and
the Polynesian Resort.
The Polynesian Resort. How did I forget that?
I don't know. And the Disney Character Warehouse.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look.
We did a lot in 2.5 days.
Let's start at the top. Travel day. We left straight from work.
After work. We drove 7 hours.
What time did we get there?
After midnight. I don't know.
And I sat forever in the valet line trying to figure out if
That was the worst.
I was trying to figure out if we were going to pay up and do valet. I guess we should say where we stayed.
It was the same price to valet as it was to self-park. So I kept saying, just valet,
I don't know these fancy things. I don't understand them.
It says on the sign.
Well, anyway, we stayed at the Wyndham Lake Buena Vista, downtown, like I almost called it downtown Disney Springs, right next to it. It even has a bridge going over.
It was perfect because while you were at your conference, which was at that hotel, I would go walk to Disney Springs and shop and get lunch and then come back to the hotel and hang out by the pool.
Let me tell about how good you had it. Literally, I'd be sitting in the conference, of course, having fun and learning stuff. But then she'd send me a text, just going over to Earl of Sandwich.
So let me tell you how good he had it. Because while he's making friends and learning stuff and at the podcast, 90% of my weekend was spent with textbooks and, studying. So I don't want to hear it. I
would come in there to the room during breaks and see her, and then she'd be all out with her books and stuff.
And was I hanging out at Disney Springs? Nah.
Oh, but you just I
got to go to Earl Sandwich and wait in the 30-minute long line twice.
You went to Earl Sandwich twice without me.
Well, you ate Earl Sandwich.
I think it was Earl Sandwich. I'm not sure though.
So the fact that you don't even know it was really makes me question.
So, I'm just saying, Lou, you did a good job with the food. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if it was Earl Sandwich or not.
So besides our hotel the next day.
Okay, so we obviously, once we got done with the conference day, let's not even talk about the football game that was going on at the same time.
Well, considering that this is a Disney channel, we won't be talking about
I know, but...
So Saturday after the conference, we went to Epcot because somebody hooked us up with some free tickets. So we got to go to the Food and Wine Festival.
It was awesome.
And it was so stinking crowded. I've never seen it like that. And we've been to Disney in October twice now?
One time.
No, we went with my family, and then we went with Momentum last year. We didn't go to Epcot.
We didn't go to Epcot.
Okay, well, we've been one time.
But we've seen
and it wasn't like this.
We've seen Food and Wine before. I will say that here's the two differences. This time, there was less drunks, I thought.
Yeah.
And this time, it was a lot more crowded.
It was like you'd be walking down the street or down, and it'd be like this. Was it not we got some soup at one point? And people, you're holding your soup oh my God, please don't let me spill this. Please don't. And you just see all these people and they're flying around you. And everybody was nice, but it was crazy.
It was really crazy.
I've never seen any Disney park that crowded, ever. truthfully, you couldn't move your arms or anything. We got to one point, I guess over by Soarin', we came back out of World Showcase and I could stretch out my arms and I was like, Kyle, look!
But remember back by American Adventure and Japan, it was really spread out there.
It was, but then you went back closer to Mexico and it was...
And surprisingly, Germany, where I thought all the beer drinking would be going on.
Yeah, there was nobody.
Maybe everybody had done that earlier.
But it was really funny because we thought, okay, Canada and Mexico are going to be really crowded because it's right at the front of World Showcase. We thought by the time people got to America and the other countries that it would be not so crowded like it was at Germany.
Right.
But literally, America was one of the worst. And I'm like, y'all walked all this way?
Look, we can talk more in detail about the food for our other video about what we recommend for food and wine. But we also got to do Soarin', like you said.
Yes.
We did Test Track.
The new Mission Space.
We did the new Mission Space. Thoughts on the new Mission Space?
I'm so mad.
Look, I know what you're mad about. She's mad about Lieutenant Dan being gone, and I am too. But
no, you're not. Like, first of all,
I've made peace with it.
First of all, let's start at the beginning. Why would you take him out? Like, was the contract up? What's going on? Lieutenant Dan, he is Mission Space. He apparently grew his legs back.
Do you even know his real name?
No, but that's not the
Gary Sinise.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He will always be Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan!
So, I just can't figure out why they took him out. And especially if they're going to replace him with a great actress. I have nothing poor to say about her. But she was literally saying the same lines that Lieutenant Dan did. So, why? Why even freaking change it? That was so stupid.
I don't know. I don't understand it. But
it was a waste of money.
Do you like it?
I like the new the simulator thing.
Soaring over the world, basically?
You can't say soaring because it wasn't soaring.
Well, I mean...
You're flying over
the world.
It was great.
Orbiting.
It was really great.
It was really good. I liked it. I've heard a lot of negative things about it.
Wait, can we tell about the little girl?
Oh, tell about that little girl.
So, when we went to Mission Space, there was nobody in line. I mean, literally, we walked straight up, watched that little movie, and then immediately got on the ride. There was nobody. Except this one family, there was 4 people, a mom, a dad, and 2 little girls. And there was one little girl, she was probably like 6, and then 3-year-old, or 3 or 4. And the little 3 or 4-year-old, she is crying, and she doesn't want to get on the ride. And the mom's going, it's okay, it's the easy one, it's easy. And the dad's going, yeah, this one won't make you throw up. And the mom's like, shh, shh, none of them will make you throw up. This is going to be so fun. You're going to learn to be an astronaut.
I love that you're pretending I'm the little girl right now.
Well, you would cry. So the little girl's like crying, and the mom says, you're going to learn how to be an astronaut. But I'm never gonna be an astronaut!
And you heard them screaming, too, when they got off. They did not like it.
So then we get off the ride, yeah. And the older girl and the dad get off the ride, and she's like, wow, Dad, that was the best! And we look over, and the little girl is screaming bloody murder in her seat, going, I told you!
So we did Test Track 2, Mission Space.
They weren't near as entertaining as Mission Space,
and Los Caballeros with Donald Duck.
Oh, yeah, and the people that tried to flood our boat by putting 4 people in the
Literally
back.
sat on our laps.
Yeah, this lady sat on my leg, even though the cast member clearly said, wait for the next boat. Oh, no, she was going to try to get herself in my boat. What?
Nothing?
I just don't want to drown in Los Caballeros.
Well, you weren't going to drown. All right, so that was our Epcot experience there. We had a really great time for 3 hours in the park. I mean,
it went by so fast.
Like, who would have thought we would get on 4 rides, the 2 main ones, and eat so much and all that?
Isn't that
we
true?
We didn't even say we had a cronut.
Because you said don't talk about the food.
I know, but I just wanted you guys to know we had cronut. Next, Disney Springs was the next night, and the Polynesian.
But first, we're big Brother fans. So.
We're big Brother fans.
So we went to the Polynesian first. After we waited, was that the night that we waited for the bus? No, that was at Epcot that we waited for the bus forever. And we thought maybe we could walk up to Ohana because we kept looking for reservations, and the only reservation was like at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
And
I ain't waiting that long. I
no,
love Ohana, but I ain't waiting that long.
And we didn't want to eat that late and then go to sleep and, heartburn and all the kind of stuff.
I don't care about going to sleep after I'm full. That's when I go to sleep.
Well, anywho. So we didn't get the reservation. So we walked up and they were like, sorry, we're not taking reservations, but why don't you try Kona? We go over to Kona. There are millions of open tables. So we're like, yes, this is going to be for us. I mean, at least 20% of the restaurant was open tables. And the sweet little lady, she was like, I'm sorry, we're not taking any walk-ups.
But you gotta remember, Mickey's Not So Scary was going on that night. I'm sure there was tons of people coming to eat.
What you gotta remember is people that don't go to that need to eat too. So then they offered for us to go to the bar. Well, there was no seats at the bar. So now we're just like, well, dang it. We gotta find food because the whole point that we went to the Polynesian.
But let me say this.
What was the whole point that we went to the Polynesian?
It was so that we could get a Dole Whip.
Yes.
We're gonna get to that in a second. But let me say this. I was expecting us to get turned away from Ohana. I was not expecting Kona. And I'm honestly a little more disappointed that we didn't get to go to Kona than Ohana because, yes, we love Ohana. And
we just weren't expecting to be able to get in.
Right. But Kona, I was really wanting to try this time. So that was my one bad part about this trip was just the whole not getting to go try that.
But we ate what?
Captain Cook's.
And surprisingly, it was really awesome.
So good.
So Kyle got some kind of pork something.
I got the barbecue pork sandwich with Asian slaw.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And I got some kind of Asian noodles with vegetables, but we waited for a long time for our food.
By Disney standards, we waited a long time.
By Jessica's standards. Let's be real. I'm just saying, for like a Chick-fil-A style restaurant, you know, where you order your food and then they bring it to you. That's me ordering the food and then somebody bringing it to you.
Okay, just making sure that we interpret that correctly for the viewers.
So anyway, it took too long and the guy was so nice and brought us free cookies.
Yes. So that's the Disney magic all over again. And then the best part of the night, we got to
Dole Whips.
Oh.
Let's move
Can
on.
we just take a moment here and realize the greatness?
Pour one out for the Dole Whips.
Oh, no, you don't. You do not pour one out of the Dole Whip. You pour it into your mouth out. But you do not pour. You can't pour that out. It's like slush. All right, I digress.
I love you.
Go try a Dole Whip because
oh my gosh,
pineapple and sugar and ice cream.
Ice cream. I mean, literally, can you get anything better?
Out there on what is it? Aloha Isle? Not Aloha Isle, but Pineapple Lanai. Listening to the sounds of the Polynesians.
Listening to the sounds of screaming children and smelling like
the,
trash.
Magic Kingdom in the background. I mean, literally all I heard in my head was, "When you wish upon a star." It's the first time and only time.
Punch you in your face.
Anyway, all right, quickly, let's wrap up. We had to leave the next day, and
but
Jessica's favorite part.
Before we left, we went to Disney Character Warehouse. 2 of them. So, look for a different video. We will have a haul, because we got a lot of junk. But not junk. We got a lot of stuff. He got more stuff than me!
I got more at the smaller one that's closer to Universal, and the one that's closer to Disney, it's bigger, but they had less stuff that I wanted, so...
They have more stuff than I wanted.
We shouldn't have gone to the second one. But overall, really fun trip. Like I said, my only negative was not getting the Tricona, and maybe the loud, obnoxious people in Soarin'.
We didn't talk about that.
Well, briefly, give your thoughts. And
all I ask is that when you go to a theme park, or when you go to anywhere in general...
It's like soapbox.
No, I just ask that people be courteous. Because A, there are families with small children who get scared easily. And there are adults who get scared easily. And B, not everybody needs to hear your loud screaming and cursing drunkenness. So, I just ask that maybe... have some common decency and realize that other people paid to get in the park. Maybe not us this time, but other people did. And you're ruining their experience.
I'm just going to be back here.
Well, I'm just saying, we waited in line 35 minutes for Soarin', and we get in the room with these gentlemen who were college age. No. And they were screaming and yelling and singing this like toga song or fight song or fraternity song. I don't know what it was, but they kept singing it and singing it and singing it and screaming it. And every time somebody would say something they liked, they just kept singing it the whole freaking ride. Are you sure
they kept singing it?
Yes. Even while the ride is going. It was rude.
This PSA brought to you by Jessica Reese-Loomis. Okay, so I think...
You didn't have to throw my middle name in there.
I think that covers our trip in the entirety. A very good trip, very brief. So we're going to have to make up for it next year by going on even longer on a trip, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in the comment section below, we want to know what you guys thought about our trip. What do you think we missed out on? What do you like most about our trip? Let us know there in the comments below. What else should they do?
Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And look for us on Facebook.
That's all we have for you guys tonight. But until next time, we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Three. I don't know what to do.
Come on.